it's just like, okay, let's make a few changes for the villain of the week here.
Yeah. And at first too, it was sort of the same way when it came to was it Iron King? Like,
Right. Yeah.
First batch of episodes, we were like, "Oh God, no!" But
Then
then
it got better.
I think it was as soon as that first saga sort of ended, and then they kind of did other things outside of that. Then yeah, it got better.
Welcome to Go Kaiju Show, where we have a healthy obsession with kaiju. We're also the longest running kaiju podcast, and we have the greatest and most fun show of all time. I'm your co-host, Kent, with me is your other co-host,
Jason. How's it going, peeps?
And we are, yes, if you already guessed it, we are continuing Kamen Rider, and at this rate, we figured
Shocker!
We have, no pun intended. And at this rate, after this episode, we have 7 more. Episodes. So that's what we are going to do today. And at the moment, that's what we're going to do for the foreseeable future. I don't know if we're going to be having a different podcast sprinkled in there or not, but time will tell.
Yeah, we haven't discussed that so far.
And so we are doing episodes 75 through 77 today. And before we begin with all that, Jason, the usual housekeeping.
Yeah, if you see a subscribe button down below or above, wherever you're watching us from, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as smash the like button. And you can follow us at our audio versions platforms that we're available on, such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, all those sorts of things. Make sure to give us a 5-star rating and as well as a comment. Leave a comment on there. And you can find both video and audio versions of our episodes right on our own website at gogokaijushow.com.
All right. So unless you have anything else, I'm ready to go.
No, I am ready. So I've got it at the 0 mark here for episode 75.
Okay, let me get mine set up here for a second. Okay, so I forgot what the name of this episode was. It said Poison Flower something. It really
so according to this, it says Poison Flower Monster Rosaranga or Ranga, however you pronounce.
That's right. I said we got Baialane coming up the last episode.
A show version of Baialane. Fairly cheap version.
Yeah. So for those of you who have never joined us for a commentary before, what I do is I count down from 3. I go 3, 2, 1, go. When I say go, you hit play, select whatever it is on whatever device you're using to get the episode going. And even if you are watching with us, that's okay. You can just listen along. In fact, I just recently found out, as of this recording, Tubi just recently added this show to their library. So
They've actually have had that. They've actually had it for a while. just FYI.
Okay. All right. So you ready?
I am ready.
All right. So here we go. Episode 75. 3, 2, 1, go. Over under, Jason.
I'm gonna go under 1 million for the kick, and then infinity for the write-offs.
What about explosion?
I'm gonna go with 50,000.
You know what? I'll match that. I'll okay. That. The recent episodes occasionally, but not always, will surprise you with how they either get rid of the villain and then how the villain dissipates.
Yeah. Pretty formulaic, as per usual.
Question for you though, Jason. Like, this is what, like the second time I think you said where you've gone through Kamen Rider, is it?
That was Spectre Man.
Oh,
I went through the second time. This is the first time going through Kamen Rider.
now a question for you.
No.
Whenever we're done with this, whenever that may be, do you ever see yourself down the road going through this series again?
With as much Kamen Rider and Ultraman that we've got, and I don't even know if we're gonna get around to all of them for how long we may do this, but I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I would say maybe at this point in time, maybe not.
You've had enough.
How about you?
If I were, I can't say definitively, but I think if I will.
What the heck is that noise?
We've heard a lot of strange noises. That is maybe one of the strangest ones.
Yeah.
But if I ever do, I think it would take me a number of years to go through it because, as we've said numerous times, this show is so...
Yeah. I'm so glad that I have the volume almost all the way down.
This show is so by the numbers. Like, I don't know if I could like sit down and watch more than maybe a couple episodes at a time. And like, for example, like my favorite TV show of all time, Twilight Zone, the original, is 156 episodes. Mm-hmm. I could get done with that show in about 5 months. This is 98 episodes. I could see it taking me a number of years to go through the entire series again.
Well, as far as my answer, yeah. One thing I probably would say is that I probably would forget over time and say, maybe I'll go back, and then all of a sudden some of that past memories would come back and be like, oh God, no.
Like Spectre Man?
Yeah. Even though at first I thought Spectre Man was pretty good.
I remember you telling me,
"Oh,
dude, you got to watch it."
That was 8 years before we finally got around to watching it. And I was like, I don't ever remember being this sort of bad.
Spectre Man, I will give it though. I mean, sure, it's also in some respects a run by the numbers show, but it did provide a little bit more variety than Kamen Rider does. And arguably, though, Kamen Rider is a slightly better produced series, but the writing, it's just like, okay, let's make a few changes for the villain of the week here.
Yeah. And at first, too, it was sort of the same way when it came to, was it Iron King?
Right, yeah.
First batch of episodes, we were like, oh, God, no. But then
it got better.
I think it was as soon as that first saga sort of ended, and then they kind of did other things outside of that, then, yeah, it got better.
Yeah, it was like the first... anywhere between, I want to say between the first 9 and 12 episodes.
That or maybe the first 20 episodes.
But then but Iron King, though, is like a 26 episode series. And they went through a handful of other bosses, I guess, for lack of a better term, after that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember, like, I swear, one boss reminded me of the Mad Magazine Spies, the black and white Spies.
Yeah. Better make sure you don't back off from this wedding of ours.
Wait, what? I never said yes.
You did when you were asleep.
But that doesn't count.
It does count for me.
Remind me to never sniff flowers again.
Okay, I'll make sure that you sniff farts next time.
Well, that seems to be safer at this moment.
Boy, he kind of woke up right away.
I
after
wonder
that.
if he faked that just to get her out of the room.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
How dare he?
How dare you reject my proposal?
Then he comes out looking like Rambo. Here's my proposal.
Yeah, you guys.
Watch this.
Something's bound to happen.
You don't say.
I do say.
But why do you say?
I just said it.
This is almost like a haunted house.
Like a really weird haunted house. Trying to sneak in a girl's room? How dare you? He's gonna die!
Thank God.
Even though probably be no shock that he'll live.
That's not only creepy, but annoying. And I have to say, out of all the cries, and we've heard annoying cries throughout this whole series, that is the worst. Good Lord, I'm about ready to put this on mute. Whoever thought that that was a good idea and then gave the thumbs up to use it needs to be kicked in the head. It's not that hard, Dr. Hell, or whatever your name is. You guys have never been good at concealing yourselves.
Yeah.
I want to see the comeback of the mysterious shocker leader. We haven't seen him in like, what, maybe 24 episodes now?
Yeah. But I think that they'll do that towards the end, though, if I remember correctly.
You said you never watched this, though.
But I've seen the titles, though. And then some excerpts.
One hit the camera, man.
Too far. Oh, you get stabbed too.
You have a perfect moment to get him right here because he takes forever to transform. You know, the one thing that, other than the formulaic storytelling, the one thing I will never forget from this show is him turning into Kamen Rider as a result of that bomb blowing up.
Yeah.
What was like episode 10 or whatever it was?
Yeah, using the wind from the explosion to transform.
So stupid. I wonder, like, how many of these guys may have gotten injured over the course of the filming of this series, because they reused a lot of the same guys for.
Oh, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Hongo got injured during during the middle of filming this series. Then they bound to know that some of the others have at least been injured too.
I think this Rosarang's supposed to be female, but it's definitely got a male's body.
Well, if you hear that annoying scream, it sounds like a woman.
Well, I know. Yeah. That's actually become so cartoonish, that little musical interlude. Sounds like a Woody Woodpecker cartoon.
Yeah.
See what this Mountain Dew does.
The end.
Yeah. Kamen Rider died. Right.
All you did is just add like a little rubber thing to thing of oil and didn't really do jack squat.
He's just mad that it wasn't a Mentos.
Yeah. Maybe I should have used Coca-Cola instead of oil.
Yeah. Stupid canola oil. They got a diagram of a minion on that wall.
Why?
What is that about? There's nothing to learn from.
And then I would like to see what the other diagram is right next to that one.
It's a Chiro again.
Huey, Louie, and Dewey. just the way with those girls dressed up, they're like color coded now.
That is
so you got Huey, Louie, and Dewey. They got stabbed too.
They'll never kill the kids. They'll put them more in danger than American shows would, but they still would never kill them.
You see? Color coded.
My gosh. Like, I think that was the original color scheme of Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Well, I think one of them was green, and then
eventually
were, red and blue.
But I thought red and blue were ones because Huey was red, Dewey was blue, and then I thought it was Louie who originally, like years ago, was yellow, and then eventually, like in the 80s with the DuckTales or whatever, became green.
But I think one of them was always green, because I don't remember seeing any yellow.
And you know what I'm going to do?
Research time.
All right, Huey and Dewey and Louie. No, I don't care what their parents are. Louie. Color schemes. It says the color scheme was introduced in DuckTales. Yeah, but Huey, Dewey, and Louie were around longer than that.
My name is Bond. Discount Bond.
Okay, so colors. Okay, like on a few occasions until 1945, and most cartoons shortly afterwards, all three nephews wore identical outfits, most commonly red. Otherwise, the colors depended on the whim of the artists. In 80s, when it became established that Huey's dressed in pink, then in 82 changed to red. Dewey in black, then in 82 changed to blue, and Louie in brown, then in 82 changed to green.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. This is from an archivist at Disney. Note that the brightest hue of the three is red, Huey. The color of water, dew, is blue, dewy. And that leaves Louis, and leaves are green, Louis.
And that's pretty interesting.
So yeah, we learned something.
But yeah, it's like I was right that one of them was green. But yeah, that was interesting. Like kind of weird colors before changing to those.
I knew at least one of them had different colors, but I didn't know like about the pink and the brown and the fact that they were even all black at one point, or even all red too, like back in the 40s.
Yeah.
But see, they've been around for like about 80 years and they're still children. Figure that out.
Midgets.
Inject some of that Monster Energy in my veins. This should be a Monster Energy commercial.
Or actually, it's that one medicine from long ago that tastes like banana.
Oh yeah. Oh, I wish I could remember the medicine. Yeah,
like, that was like the worst one.
But the funny thing was, when I was real young, I liked it. But then when I got a little older, I'm like, ew.
I never liked it.
It tasted like, it seemed like it, at least for me when I got older, it seemed like it had more of a bitter flavor to it than.
Yeah, it was better for me through and through. My name is Bond. Discount Bond.
I work at Dollar Tree.
Also at Dollar General.
And Dollar Mart. I work in dollar stores, if you didn't catch all that.
And then Savers on the weekends.
And Aldi when I have free time.
Yeah. Boy, you get around there, sir.
I love my cheap discounted stores.
I love my cheap shit.
I like stuff that's cheaply made from out of this country and breaks on contact.
Even on first try.
Yeah. Like even when you sneeze, a whole aisle collapses.
Like what? There you go, Kit.
I don't think that's the same voice, though. It sounded different, I thought.
I don't know. It's been a while since we've last heard of the show.
That's how they get you. Yeah. That's how they get you. We won't do it for a while, so they'll forget.
Have my flower.
Have a sniff of my flower. God damn it.
Yeah. Oh my God. I think I'm going to at least dock points for this episode.
I made up my mind. Yeah, earlier in the episode, I'm docking points for that. This thing could be a masterpiece and it will still fail.
Yeah. Well, just to let you know, we've got 4 more minutes left.
And it's 4 minutes longer than it needs to be.
4 minutes too long. And you're not doing anything, so quit screaming.
It's getting its giddies off watching the fight. Never have I wanted the death of a shocker general so badly. It's like every 15 seconds this stupid thing is doing this.
You know, there's never a time where I really hope that Kamen Rider does the flying kick
and stone,
and make it explode too,
and then ashes too. And burn those ashes, and then burn those ashes,
and then throw into a bucket of acid. I'd rather see the shocker, the rider kick than hearing this.
You just
Is that a number 19?
That's what it looks like.
Someone etched a number 19 into a tree.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I'm like, what's that about? Someone maybe was randomly walking around and like, this is tree number 19 I've seen on the day. Oh, there's 20. That'd be funny if that was the case. Screw block.
What the heck?
How is that a screw block? There was no blocking and there was no screwing. Like,
oh, it looks like we didn't get the finishing move right, but at least we get the write off.
Nor the kick. I didn't get the kick either.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
The sea dragon. Hey, this actually looks like one of the cooler ones we've seen in a while.
But don't get your hopes up for it.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm trying to tamper those expectations. I swear we've seen that setting before, too, in another episode. All right.
Okay. Jet, your
F.
Are you for real?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Look, I'm going to be honest. Like, the episode as a whole, like, if I took the scream out of it, halfway decent episode. I would have given it like a C+, maybe a B-. But the scream, nope. Done. You know what? Like, I could tolerate one, maybe two times. Anything after that is done. That's one of the most annoying screams I have ever seen from a shocker general. That was hurting my ears and my brain. And the fact that they took advantage of that garbage is, to me, inexcusable. Like, nope. Nope. It's an F.
Yeah. Don't know whose idea was. They really made a poor decision on that front. I would at least say the design for Rosaranga was pretty decent and pretty good compared to some of the other designs in the past, especially the previous one, which I don't even know what the hell that was based off of. But yeah, they really overused the sound for this general. It just got really annoying. And it got to the point to where it's like, just give me the freaking rider kick, and it doesn't matter at this point. But yeah, I'm gonna give it an F as well.
Good man. Good man. I
was sort of on the borderline of D- on it, but I was like, give it an F, because like, there's a thing as far as using something in the right portion or the right amount, and then there's a thing where it can be a bit excessive.
Usually when it comes to things like this, it's personal preference. and there's no like right or wrong answer. There is a right answer to this.
Yeah.
All right. So on to episode 76 here. I can tell already we got a slightly different beginning or opening here.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So are you ready?
Give me one moment. Okay, I'm ready.
All right. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
And it looks like
Over
he's oh wait, no. He's just standing there. He's just doing his leisurely riding. I was kind of hoping that you'd be like in more of an action mode.
Yeah.
Like there,
You can
for instance.
over under.
I'll do 500,000 for rider kick, and then I'll do the same as far as the ride off.
Explosion.
I'm gonna go with 25,000.
So I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm not putting anything down on rider kick or explosion, but I'm putting infinity down for a ride off. I'm putting everything on the ride off.
Still seems like the same intro, but maybe with a little add-ons to it. Yeah.
It's like, look, people are getting bored. Let's change a few things. It's like, let's just change the opening.
Yeah. Screw the whole thing. We'll just dabble a little bit differently on the the intro.
We don't really want to take the extra time to write something good. We'll just take some spare footage that we had filmed earlier in the.
Yeah, we're just about 20 episodes left, so we're not going to deal with it. And then now I was just going to say, it's like now they're wearing Kamen Rider hats instead of just the medallions.
The hats are cooler than medallions.
Those look like the baseball hard caps.
Yeah, I mean that's actually cool.
The heck?
Strange beast can monster. Come raise
Monster in a can monsters. What the heck? Monster in a can of monsters.
I want one of those hats. I really do. What a peddler.
It's a scam.
Snake oil. I did cover the original Ultra Q series, didn't we? Like I thought we did that a number of years ago, right?
Yeah, years ago.
It's kind of what I thought. I've been getting a hankering to rewatch that. The last time I watched that was 9 years ago.
Well, you can do that on your own time.
Gee, thanks for the support, numbnuts.
Well, it's not like I'm right next door to you or anything.
I was looking for some emotional support. Yeah, you're a great kaiju fan. Go ahead, you should. It's a great series. Instead of just said be an ass.
Well, that should be a bit surprising to you.
It's not, but I hope I would appeal to your wonderful kaiju side. That seahorse looks dead. I mean,
that's what I was thinking too. Or it's like it could be just really high. the way it looks.
Whoa.
Man, I had a little bit too much today.
Oh, don't tell me it's going to kill a dog. What?
Why'd you have to go and say that, Cat?
I'm an animal lover, and they did that. You can kill the kid. I don't care. Just don't touch the animals. What did he do? He just... over the kid. What does this do?
Metal detector.
Beep, 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 beep. The lead in this kid's drinking water. It sounds like he's yelling, "Eat, eat,
E.T. wanna go home."
down, Billy Goat." Like, these are supposed to be traditionally, anyways. These shocker generals have been people transformed into like insects or whatever. Instead of these weird cries, why don't they have like muffled human type voices instead of these squeals and squawks and yells? This is dumb. What is this?
But I know the earlier parts of the series, they used to talk and all that, and then they kind of use like these type of sounds as far as like laughter and all that. But it seems as though that they just sort of turn away from turning people into cyborgs now that I noticed.
Again, they're like, people are getting tired of this.
It's like, yeah, we don't have enough money in our budget to show people being turned into cyborgs and all that.
But you know what? Now that I think about it, when they did do that, it seemed like there were some stakes in it because they would have friends that would turn. And they would try to like save those friends. I think sometimes they were successful, other times they weren't.
Yeah. But now they're just like,
people.
We don't give two shits anymore.
You don't know. Like, they're being lazy about it. They're not giving dialogue to the characters now. They just come off as mindless peons, is what they are.
Hence is why it's like over time it's just formulaic, as we've discussed over and over.
It always was, but it's so much more so now.
Like when that other guy came in place of Hongo when he got injured off screen, it's like now, it's like then we started noticing that, and it came apparent after things went on.
Yep. Monster cans. Hey, I mentioned it the last episode. I'm like, I thought that one should have been a Monster Energy thing. Now they're talking about Monster cans. I did buy a 12-pack of Monster No Sugar thing yesterday.
Jeez Louise.
I do that because I drink one of those a day, and I've been going on like my walk jogs on the elliptical. I'm doing anywhere between 3 to 4 miles on those. So I need it for my energy to get through those. I'm trying to lose weight.
It's been years since I've done any of those energy drinks. I tried that, like one of those 5-hour energy drinks from one of my friends. It's like, it made me even more tired. It's like, what the heck? This is supposed to give me energy, not the opposite.
I remember I was in college. I was getting ready to work one evening. I was supposed to work from like 5 to 9 or whatever it was. And I was tired. So I bought one of those for the first time. I'm like, okay, like this should work. And like you, like I started feeling tired like 30 minutes after I took the darn thing. I'm like, oh, maybe I didn't take enough. So I went and bought like 2 more little bottles and I chugged them. And no, like I never like got a boost.
Yeah.
So I never bought them again. Cry, Hongo.
On my end, he says scream.
Yeah, he says cry louder on my end. I think the voice actor is different because I thought it sounded more intimidating.
I don't know. For me, it's been a while, so it's like I sort of forgot.
But that is similar. You went through Super Robot Red Baron, didn't you?
Yeah, both of us did.
So we did cover. I don't think we covered it on here, though, did we? I don't think we did.
covered it.
We did? Huh. But I remember,
Yeah, because I know we watched it. I think we did like a few episodes. We watched it and then we discussed it.
I'll have to double check that. I know I went through the series like on my own accord, but nevertheless, like throughout half of that series or whatever, there was a disembodied villain voice similar to what they're doing here. And then like near the end of that, you didn't see the villain totally, but it was like a fleshy skeleton hand. But you never saw the actual entirety of the villain. This sort of reminded me of that. Then I got, was it Mach Baron or whatever it is? Yeah, Super Robot Mach Baron. No subtitles, so I have no idea what's going on there.
I'll just try my best.
It's like if I watch, I can probably infer what's going on.
I'll just go based on emotions.
Yeah.
Nice air kick.
So this must not be a good moment. Oh, they're happier. Oh, because there's cake. Okay. Well, now he's talking. Do seahorses generate any sort of electricity? I don't think I've ever heard of seahorses generating electricity.
The only ones I know is eels.
Yeah, there's eels and jellyfish have like a stinger poison of sorts.
Yeah.
They have a wonderful opportunity there as he's trying to morph.
This ain't Super Sentai here. Apparently, definitely knew that was a dummy that he threw off the building.
No, I thought that looked real.
You have to be pretty dumb to think that.
Heat.
Oh, he went on fire.
That one did. But there's like two more.
Yeah, because I was going to say that we're just only a little over halfway. I don't have time for you.
It'd be funny if he stopped, stood there and grinned and just waved.
or he asked him, "Are you having fun?"
And then, like randomly, the Doublemint twins walk by.
like those kids.
Doublemint gum. I do want one of those hats. Those are so cool.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised that when I go to Japan, there's this one of those secondhand stores that you can find a bunch of cool stuff. It's called Mondirect. And I've seen like a lot of cool Kamen Rider and Ultraman stuff. I would be a bit surprised if they had something like that there.
Just warning you, if you text me when you're there, you have to understand that, like, when you're awake, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
You'd be like, why aren't you answering? I texted you 25 times.
Piece of shit.
I hate you. What does that say about Shocker, though?
Yeah. And how many times have you failed to try to get him under your control?
Why would you remodel him? Why wouldn't you just kill him? I was looking on Amazon the other day, seeing what Kamen Rider, like other Kamen Rider shows and stuff they got. A lot of, I think there's like a couple that are somewhat old, but I don't think any of them were like the second Kamen Rider. Like, isn't V3 like 2 series after this?
V3 is a sequel after this.
Oh, it is? Oh.
That's the one with the starfish Hitler.
I may have to go buy that now. That makes me so excited. Because I was like, oh, like, I mean, I would be willing to like purchase some of the other ones, but it's like, oh, I would rather get the
I know, was it Amazon Prime? They had was it Kamen Rider Black? I think it was either the newer one or it was kind of the one from some decades ago.
V3. Nice. Which is interesting though. Like they got the sequel to this one, but I like the wall paint there with the skull. But they don't have the original like out in official release. I still can't figure that out. Like, is there something tied up in rights or something?
Don't know.
Oh, maybe, I see. There's like
maybe a lot of places just haven't really bothered to acquire rights to distribute.
So I'm gonna send something your way. This is a pre-order right now. Like this is getting ready to come out in a little bit. I don't know anything about it, but it sort of reminds me of like the Charlemagne.
Oh yeah, I think I may have come across something like this before.
For those that aren't knowing what we're talking about Special Rescue Police Winspector SDBD. I've never seen it, but I saw that, and I'm like, oh, that kind of reminds me of the Space Sheriff trilogy. I don't know if that has any relations to that, but
and for those that want to know, it's already available for pre-order on Amazon, and it'll be released on the 25th of this month.
He's drilling holes in this dude.
Jeez. Dang, what a way to go.
I got to give him points for that. Like, there's
an explosion.
I'm not making any money off of that myself, though.
Sounds like he's saying, what?
What do you want from me? Oh, so this Wind Spectre series was something that was around in the early 90s?
I feel like I may have seen some glimpse of it before in the past, and or possibly have seen some figures of that.
You know how I feel about newer tokusatsu. I view it with incredible skepticism.
Well, that's why you just gotta take time to look at it. It's just the same way when I mentioned something about Gamera years back, and as well as Ultraman, you were skeptical of those things too.
Well, yeah, but you know what? Again, I don't honestly know what happened, but again, I've mentioned this before. Like New Year's Eve of 2011, I was playing my Godzilla Double Smash on the DS, and just something clicked in me that for the first time in a number of years, like all of a sudden, I really just got interested in kaiju again. Like I hadn't felt that way since I was a kid, and just certain things clicked with me that didn't for a number of years. Like for years, I looked at Ghidra as like a meh movie. Well, then I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, it's not great, but like I was having more fun with it. And then the Gamera movies, I was so on most of those Showa ones. And then I started watching more of them. I'm like, I really love these now. So, so what they do, it looks like they put gasoline in the water. They're polluting the water.
Well, it's nothing new that we've seen before.
I know, but you could see like the oil or gasoline or whatever it was they used for that fire. You could see that oily substance on the top of the water. It's like, this is the 70s. We can torch nature and not have to worry about it.
We're out in the middle of no.
Oh, punch.
Oh.
But is there an explosion? Well, you get at least. Yep, you do. We're going to count that as an explosion.
Oh, he did explode. At least I get some money out of it.
Now all my money is going to ride, no pun intended.
Right on this right off.
It's going to ride on the ride. I can't believe we're nearly like 2/3 of the way done here for this episode.
I know.
Japan Action Club. It's a stupid name for a club.
I thought you were the FBI.
Is the shirt he's wearing like? Is it a euphemism for porn? Like,
you can consider it. There you go.
Maybe I'm gonna live more on the edge and just put all my money on the ride at the end. All right, Jason, your turn. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do what we got here. Oh man, Cruz, like.
Whoa, what the?
Duel at the farm in hell. Okay.
Yes. Okay. I would say that it's a heck of a lot better compared to the previous episode. At least I think they might have learned their lesson as far as overusage of a general's laugh.
But let's be serious here. The bar was set really low.
Yeah. And at least this time they had like three of the same, quote unquote, three. I'm guessing that they had the same suit, but just call it like the three sea dragons or something of the sort. And then as far as the design for it, it's pretty interesting, but like with electricity and like some of the other maybe powers that they use, like it's I don't know. It's not like something that a sea dragon would necessarily generate or anything of the sort, as far as I know. But it's an okay episode, but I would say light years better compared to the previous episode. But as far as docking points, going to have to dock points as far as the explosion and the write-off.
The stuff you made money on.
Yeah. So with that, I'll give this one a C.
Okay. Yeah, I mean the bar was low, so as the saying goes, the one good thing about being down, the only way to go is up. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it was fine. I really liked the brutality of him drilling holes in one of the sea dragons there. It was fine. The suits, well, excuse me, the suit. I'm assuming of the sea dragon was really cool. I liked the design. And it was a fun episode. I think this would be one of those where if I were putting together a traditional, like, not necessarily best of Kamen Rider collection, but like just a normal Kamen Rider collection that is not the complete series, which would be a long title for a collection.
Yeah.
This would be put in that. I'd be like, hey, look, this isn't as terrible as some of the other ones, so watch this. So I'm going to give it a C+. Like, I basically had quite a bit of fun. Yeah, in many ways, it's same old, but after what happened last time, it's like, oh, I'll take a nice breath of fresh air over what's being done here. So, yeah, C+. All right, so the final episode for this podcast, episode 77, we have new guests. It sounds so strange.
Yeah.
So, are you ready?
I am ready on my end.
All right, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. A lot of people missed some
fun.
The problem I had on the disc. We've been like trying to figure this out over the last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, according to what I've been tracking as far as the timestamp, it was about 7 minutes. 7 minutes worth of time.
It's like the third or fourth time this has happened with just Kamen Rider.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know there were some episodes of my end that I couldn't find that I had to go through the archive place to watch it. Shit. Boy, fairly quiet over on the other side there.
I'm just so pissed. I gotta like redo the whole disc thing. I did that, I think, twice with Spectre Man, maybe. And then I've had to do it 2 or 3 times already with Kamen Rider. Now I gotta do it again. That's what I gotta say about all that.
Just to make it feel better, if I find me that Kamen Rider, I'll make sure you're the priority.
I appreciate that. that makes it easier for me to sleep at night.
Just as long as if I can remember.
You won't,
because it's gonna be like a long time after when we get done with this.
Well, that's what I'm thinking too. It's like you're not leaving until next summer, so you're talking what, like 16 months from now or something like that. Like, and we will have been done with Kamen Rider for like a little over a year, potentially at that point.
Let's see here, February, yes, around 16 months.
So what did he do? Throw his pillow at this guy? Like that's gonna help.
Eat pillow.
You stupid thing. Get my wife. The voice of this dude is so funny.
The heck? You know,
Boy,
with
Jason, I'm
with
on
all
that path.
with all the technology that they have, especially with Kamen Rider, you'd think they would have better technology as far as communication, but yet they use pigeons.
Here's the thing, Jason. Electronic communication can be intercepted. Birds, yeah, can be shot, but no one's going to suspect a bird carrying a message in today's world.
But still, it's going to take a long ass time for that communique to get from one place to another. Whereas if it's a walkie-talkie or like a watch like this, it's instantaneous.
Well, you know, the villains need to have some kind of head start. It's called the Head Start program for villains.
Or as far as the Shocker's point of view, Villains for Dummies 101.
Villainry for dummies. Bring out the best in your next world domination scheme. Step number 1, have a hideout that's not easily detectable. That's what Shocker.
They certainly failed that part over.
That's why I brought it up first, because these guys, that's one of the first things they need to learn. His facial expression. Okay, sir, I'll travel where there's air. Okay, I'll bring you back some groceries.
I just
Okay,
now
I'll make sure,
noticed that he has like little other lizards on his shoulder area.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, there was like at least three like little separate lizards.
Maybe some sort of barnacle.
I guess.
He's awfully loud in that barn. Meanwhile, a farmer's porking something. That's why the barn's so loud. He honk. He just throws his stupid hat. Everyone's throwing pillows and hats at this thing. Like, there's a theme going on.
Trying to think that these generals are weak against soft things. Oh, that ain't happening. You see, it's like kind of a little lizard.
Oh, yeah.
Like 3 of them.
That's weird. So are there multiple lizards making this thing up?
I don't know. I just saw 3.
Like an aggregate syndrome?
Or a legion.
Imagine that. Hongo just happens to be riding by.
Makes your noggin jogging.
Noggin jogging? What the heck? What does that even mean?
Yeah, your noggin is jogging.
What the hell?
It's just another way is that you're thinking.
I've never heard that.
I've heard that one for a long time.
That'd be funny if he used the kid as a weapon like Kong does with Zuko.
Or like
He just
or like when he's kicking the minions, he accidentally brings the kid out the front, accidentally kicks her.
He picks her up and like twirls her around and like her feet like whack the guys. And then he like swings her so hard her arms rip off from her shoulders. And, like, she goes flying. And you hear this crunchy rip sound as it happens.
You're going a little too far.
That's part of my shtick.
Hey, he's wearing the same flannel as 2 episodes ago.
Well, like we said, they don't do laundry.
I like my own stank.
I think though, like I think there's something to what I said a few podcasts ago where I think over the course of like a couple days they filmed 2 or 3 of these things.
Well, I think that's what they usually do, like for a lot of episodes that they'll kind of do like takes for separate episodes in one day. I think that's no different here.
Lord Raiden.
Discount Raiden.
Yeah. The one that turns evil in Mortal Kombat 12. That'd be funny if that's what they named a Raiden in one Mortal Kombat.
That's a weird salute. Do you see it like their kind of salute that they do?
No, I missed that.
They go like this.
Hold on, I don't even. Oh, that's lazy. Okay, that's starting to get old.
At least it's not as annoying as 2 episodes ago.
It's getting close, though. If I were talking, be like, okay.
Not mine.
Yeah. So go ahead. What? Well, now I don't want to kill it. Funny, they accidentally slipped.
I think they did film here a couple times or so. If I remember.
It sounds right. Yeah, because I'm looking at this and like it does look a little familiar.
Yeah.
He didn't come here in a roar. There's some giant beetle roar and he just came out of it. Like that didn't happen. Bunch of liars. No, it doesn't. It stands for protection, to protect his head. The lyrics to this song are so stupid. They don't make any sense, and
you're just now noticing this.
It doesn't. They don't show up on the DVD I've been watching.
Like they've been showing up for me all this time.
But yeah, you don't.
At least he stood up.
I thought that was going to be his demise, and I'm like, is that the end?
That's sort of what I thought too. Like, what the heck? That's no way to end the episode.
I would have given this an A had that happened. It doesn't hurt and bones showing out of her leg.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Oh, I was a little too early with that one. See, he's passing gas and he's walking to the school.
Oh, excuse me.
Come on, it's not that hard. You shouldn't have trouble finding the base.
You've found it easily multiple times.
You could walk in the nearest building, that's their hideout.
Maybe it's right next door.
It's a big neon letters that says Shocker Base.
That sort of happened, at least a few times recently.
She says she's okay and she's limping a little bit. Wait, what? I thought so. That guy and girl at the beginning of the episode, was that the dad sleeping with her older sister? Seems like we got a little taboo stuff going on here.
Hope not. Heck with that art in the background.
Jason's looking at the backgrounds and being critical about him. This is stupid and that's dumb.
Well, some modern art is dumb.
Oh my God, I think that is the same girl, isn't it? So was that the dad at the beginning of the episode? Oh God, dude. Like, did we have some weird shit go on here?
I don't know. I'm just going to say nothing of the sort.
Oh, no.
That's the case.
Like, oh. Not cool.
I'm just realizing that Taki there is wearing a white pants that has maybe 4 or 5 buttons instead of a zipper.
It was the 70s. Fashion was not the strong point, nor was anything else of that decade. I will go to my grave maintaining that the 1970s was like the ugliest decade for anything aesthetic. The hairstyle, the clothes style, the coloring of clothes, the coloring of houses, the coloring of cars, the coloring of furniture. It's just everything was ugly in the 70s. I can't stand the look of the 70s. It makes me want.
It's like it was trying to sort of be a modern version of the 60s, but didn't quite flourish.
I think from an aesthetic standpoint, 50s and 60s were pretty nice. Say what you want about neon and the big hair in the 80s. That's a hell of a lot better than anything the 70s brought out. Dear
and then you got the 90s.
Yeah, the 90s were pretty good. I'm going to build an airport. So, Mr. Bond, here's my plan.
So, if you're going to build an airport under this ranch, how are you going to get the planes off the ground in an underground airport?
You're thinking too hard. This almost like such a plan reminds me of Dr. Doom's plan in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where he's talking about going through Toontown and making it a freeway. It's like, okay, dude.
Yeah. I bet you it's gonna be what's his name? What's his face?
Taki? Why do they try to make that a secret? Like, you're not fooling anybody. Like, unless no one's ever seen a Kamen Rider episode and this was the first one they were watching. Like,
Well, I was thinking it'd be like the other Kamen Rider dude.
I didn't for once believe that. I'm like, there's no way. Because it wasn't even in the preview. Because in those previews, a lot of times they will spoil stuff. We always got to make sure we wear our flannel. Again, a perfect opportunity here. You know what? I think for the first time in a while, we've actually done a pretty good job of staying on point for the most part.
We forgot our bet here.
I'm not going to put anything down again, except for the right at the end, which I'm putting down minus infinity.
I'm going to match that this time around.
And you're going to do nothing on the kick and explosion.
Yep. And then here is like, they don't do it. It's like, dang it, you made me lose all my infinity money.
My infinity money. Like infinity stones, but infinity money.
Yeah.
My infinity money.
Yeah. Colorful paperback money.
Yeah. Oh. Now, if you had put money down, there's that. So they had a motorcycle sound.
No, we only have about 4 more minutes left, so it's not quite over yet. Just taking a leisurely jog in the forest.
You know, the usual blood in the stream. Oh my God.
Oh, wait. Hey, no roll.
They're getting a little sus here. They had a hard time getting up that small little bank thing.
It's good, man.
They're like, yeah, we got to get out of this stream. You guys are having trouble getting on the banks. So
you guys are having too much fun, actually.
Yay. How about squirt guns? We need squirt guns.
It's good, man. The heck?
There's a lot of
screw kick
in the last. He was in the stream. Now there's no water.
Boy, that river dried up pretty quickly.
What the heck? What?
That's a
damnedest thing.
That's a strange way to go out.
He got up and he put himself in a fighting pose.
And then just explodes.
Ugh.
It's like out of the 77 episodes that we've seen so far, that has to be the strangest way to go out.
I was like, oh, the screw kick didn't work. So what is he going to do to defeat him this time?
Hey.
Well, I made money.
So did I. My infinity dollars.
Yeah. I'm a wealthy man. Let's see what the preview is here for next time. Cause human bodies melted in mud. Oh no, I'm scared.
Like we haven't seen that before.
Yeah, I've seen bubbles and muck and blood, like, oh boy,
Explosions.
now I'm terrified. Uchi Dogma plus ghost monsters. It's like you get a bonus prize in your cereal box.
All right, Kent, your thoughts.
You know what? It's fine. Typical Kamen Rider episode. The ending was a little weird. It seemed like maybe the Newt Geth had survived the screw kick and then didn't. So that was a little strange. But it was fine. Typical Kamen Rider. This, like the last episode we saw, would have been one I would have put in a generic collection of what I would consider at bare minimum decent Kamen Rider episodes. That's going to be the name of the collection now. At minimum decent Kamen Rider episodes. So it's fine. I'm going to give it a C.
Yeah, pretty much right there with you. Better, far better than the first episode there. Even though they sort of went overboard with the general laugh in this one, but not as annoying compared to that laugh in the first episode. And as far as the design for this Shocker General, it's a pretty interesting one, especially where you see like 3 newts, I'm guessing is what it is, on his left shoulder there. I'm not really no purpose. It's just probably a design aesthetic just to make it kind of that newt look. I don't know. But yeah, a typical Kamen Rider episode here. Nothing special or out of the ordinary with this one. Go ahead.
I forgot, though, we potentially had incest in this episode.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that.
I'm just throwing that out there. That's a possibility.
I don't know. I didn't quite catch all the stuff from the beginning or the earlier part of the episode. So whenever that time comes, when I get around to seeing this, whenever that is,
2 decades from now,
or 3, who knows? But yeah, as far as this one goes, I'll give it a C as well.
Okay. Awesome. Well, that's it for this particular episode of Go Kaiju Show. Thank you so much for listening or watching us on whichever platform it is. And again, Jason, bring us out.
Yeah, if you see a subscribe button down below or above, wherever you're watching us from, make sure to hit that subscribe button and as well smash the like button. And if you're listening to us on any of the audio platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, make sure to give us a 5-star rating as well as leave a comment down below or wherever the comment section is, depending upon the platform you're listening to. And we have both video and audio versions of our episodes right on our website at gogokaijushow.com.
Thank you so much. And we will see you again here in a couple weeks for more Kamen Rider.
Shocker. All right. We'll see you guys next time.